Okay.
Praying.
Ba ba da ba ba ba. There we go. Da ba ba da ba ba ba. Streamlabs says it's live. Let's hope it's still live. Ba ba da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba ba ba. Hey, would you look at that? Yippee! No, all we need to do is get Discord back online. Oh, yeah, baby. That's what I've been waiting for. All right.
Ooh. Or if not, Big A, probably Cassie.
Fair.
Anyway, what was the last thing you heard, Chad?
One more time.
What was the last thing you heard? From me.
The last thing I heard from you was, I think, the explanation of which the two things were, and then nothing
Yeah,
else.
I had to take over for the Court of Heaven explanation because I think you had died by then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had not heard it by then. So, what are your Did you hear the part about how I said it reminds you of the worst parts of back home? It's full of bureaucrats.
Oh, the man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is
I
literally
made
the
IRS
IRS.
jokes. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know if that was before or after mine. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. He would have gone to whichever one fits more for finding out more
Then it would be
information about
Heaven.
it. Be it Heaven. Okay, Heaven then.
It does not remind you of the worst parts of back home. It
certainly reminds me of the and
yeah. The fact that religion plays such a intense part in a city so focused on dedication feels a bit bizarre, given that the gods have not been particularly active in those regards. But nonetheless, there is a great deal of pantheon in the city, each being protected by the city's council and activities. In the Court of Heaven, both tries to make sure that all of the different religious factors, including those that would more often be assigned as evil or chaotic, are being able to be represented in proper ways, and also ends up doing a lot of the PR work.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you here to do? Just find the job?
That, and he wants to find wherever the religious sect is to talk, and he wants to see, rather, he's more specifically going to ask if there has been any understanding or reintroduction of Dendar or any of the other gods of the Yuan Ti, or any increased activity before or after they left. Basically looking information religiously.
Yeah, that part's super easy to answer. Like, it has not been maintained at all, and it looks from some of the neighboring shrines nearby, they're able to explain that nobody's been in there at all in like the past few weeks.
Mm-hmm. Otherwise, he's going to look for work and keep an ear out for any potential thing. He's not hiding the fact that he's Yuan Ti, because that type of attention could draw him to understanding
more info, right?
Yeah.
Go and roll me an investigation.
He is certainly an investigator of the storm.
He is not an investigator of the storm.
He is an investigator of the storm. He's just soaking.
He is a participant of the storm, is what he is.
Yeah.
Since everybody at this point was headed up to heaven, Darius ended up stumbling around for a while in a little bit of an uncharacteristic moment, trying to figure shit out. And eventually, Zeus and Rifter end up heading up there and catching Darius off on the side. and are able to approach him.
Oh, hi, Darius. Are
Oh.
you finding your things well?
No. No, I'm not.
Oh,
I don't.
um,
I don't know why.
would you like some help? I just recently got told off by a fortune teller that apparently I bring some sort of bad energy or something.
I'm pretty sure I told you that the moment I met you, right? Like, it shouldn't be new news.
Of course, I guess my memory was a bit foggy.
Nonetheless, sure, we'll figure this out. There should be work around it anyways.
Yes, and we picked up some script. That's a script.
Correct,
That-
yes? How
yes.
much do you have?
Well, we spent 17 of it. So, 75 minus 17. Oh no, my calculator is not working. 58.
Okay, so you don't have any significant amount.
But we did barely anything for it, so a round of drinks maybe when we get back.
We'll see. For now, we need to use our money as a way to further our own information. We use it to gain more, and then we use that to allow us to understand more.
Mm.
Sooner we can figure
Investment.
more about my home, figure out more about what's going on with UNT, the sooner we can get him back.
We had also found a little bit of information on that front. Not very much, though.
Break down, anything helps.
He kind of relays all the information about people kind of ranging emotions about them leaving. They disappeared in a single night. People are kind of like sad because they were efficient. I think I got the information right.
It's a little bit more than we had originally, but it still fits within the narrative that the information broker, I suppose, relayed about the those unbroken. But while we're out working, we should look and see if we can't find any nearby explorers or people who scout out areas, guardsmen, patrols, anything that could tell us what the surrounding area of my home is like.
Alright. I guess maybe we'll head that up next. We'll help you out with whatever else you want to. Or are you looking at
First-
more here?
First, we'll just, whatever it is that you need, you came here for a reason, whatever it is that you needed here, let's just do it, and then we can make our way out. I assume that some work is going to take us out of the city, and we can just deal with that then.
I think Zeus for right now is going to be like, last time people started looking into what was our secrets and what was wrong with us, bad things happened. So this is going to be like maybe having people look into what's what we might be keeping is a little bit dangerous right now. So
Sorry, what happened? Why were you a bad omen?
well, Rifter went in and got his fortune read, and apparently it was worth a beer. And then I went in, and within about 20 seconds, she shooed me out very quickly. We seemed to have a good, talk before that, and then she started reading into something, it seems, and told me to get out and started, it seemed, cleansing her area.
Alright, well. I agree with your assessment, we shouldn't risk anymore. Let's just find something. You lead the way, I'm not in it fully right now.
Fair enough.
Processing.
Gotcha. I will also keep my ears out as we walk for any new things. This is going to. So I guess next stop, most important, find work because we
Alright,
don't know how
as
much
you're
anywhere
going
else.
around, you attempt to find some work. One of the first places that actually starts to consider your offer seriously. Alright, yeah, that sounds reasonable. Do you have your Magidocs on you?
Is it assumed that we are using magic?
I mean, are you not? I'd figure if you're looking for work up here.
We're very
I
strong
mean, if you're
individuals.
skilled in other things, we certainly could try, but
Well,
you have to work a hell of a lot harder. Hells of a lot harder.
What kind of work did you have in mind that would be so laborious?
I know that one of my friends down in the north side of the city, he runs an infirmary that's currently having a little bit of trouble keeping up with pace.
Okay, I could certainly.
And while you might strike me a little bit as the surgeon type, it still would be preferable to get other people who have proper healing.
Oh, surgeon. Yes, that would fall outside of my expertise. I am good at cutting people open, though. Would you happen to have any?
Have a good day.
Wait,
And he begins
kill
to
ya.
move into the back room.
Oh,
Wait,
come on!
wait.
You have
What?
such humor.
For protecting people, please. Jeez.
They close
Wow.
the door.
Wonderful.
I thought that was going well until apparently
Oh, it
they
was.
don't accept all forms of work. But Darius, they've been looking at us weird ever since we came in here. You explained it yourself. I think this is more of a conceited effort against us.
Person, hey, yeah, we're here to help people heal. Rift to be like, oh, I love cutting people open. It's wonderful.
Good at cutting people open. There's a difference.
Hey, you clearly like it enough to gloat about it.
Hey, just because you're good at something doesn't mean you like it.
If you brag about it, it does.
Look, when you make a resume, you have to put your marketable
I'm
skills.
just putting my skills on the table, sir.
At this point, the entire party is together. Zeus, Darius, and Rifter are moping along to another location when Dork and Strunhoff end up climbing one of the stairs to get more towards the upper district, which is where the Court of Heaven is. Rifter ends up spotting them off on the side.
Oh, look. Oh, sorry. No, he didn't see it. I'm sorry. Please.
Rifter says, "Land ho!" as he runs up to Lorik and tags him on the back.
Ah,
Where the
good
hell
for
did
you.
he? Oh, there he. Hello, as he says from a distance, as he makes his way over.
Were you? Sorry.
He was mumbling under his breath about a bloody fast bird.
So, were a lot of you able to find anything interesting?
He just shakes his head.
Define interesting.
Anything noteworthy?
Well, then yes, but it's not good per se. We ran into a fortune teller. We earned how much scripts? And he looks over at Zeus.
Let me bring up my calculator again.
You had
58.
75, and you have 58 now.
So yes, some scripts.
That's my
Ah,
calculator.
so nothing much then.
Yes, apparently, much to my dismay, I would have charged that man more if I had known the exchange rate. Anyway, but we did encounter a fortune teller. She told us, well, told me, a very interesting tale, and then what did she say to you? And he looks over to Zeus.
She quickly said I needed to leave, and when I tried to press for information, it seemed that Just, I was filled with some sort of danger or something or other.
What did you do, Zeus?
I did nothing. We were having a wonderful time, and then she puts this blindfold on me, moves sticks in my hands, and starts getting freaked out.
What did she say exactly?
Zeus
Rifter
repeats
is-
exactly what she said.
Were you there for that, Lork?
Yes, I was.
Okay.
Sounds to me like she wanted to avoid stumbling on some dangerous information then.
Yes, I was discussing it with Darius and decided it might be dangerous to pursue further, at least for those around us.
She also did give you a little bit of instruction to go get it dealt with someone who has more capability, which is, somebody up here.
She did say it might be good to get help from somebody here. I guess if we deem maybe not in... If we're worried about it being certain ideas, I don't know. What are your all's opinions?
I doubt that the Court of Heaven could actually help with that if it is what I think it is.
I guess, do we think it is what we think it is?
Even if it isn't, the risk isn't worth the reward.
Aye. On that note, I had thought to come up here for some time at least. I have some questions regarding well, simply put, a matter of faith.
Mhm.
And I figured the court dedicated to that sort of thing would be able to offer some useful insight.
Not a bad presumption.
Would be correct. Although I'm rather interested to see what it is that you're asking about.
I'm not going to say any more until I actually get information. I
So be
want
it.
to actually confirm my suspicions first. But regardless, myself and Schernhoff went down to the docks. We were able to receive our cut from our sailor friends. It was about 9,000 some scripts. Darius, you should probably hang on to them.
All right.
I'm
And
sorry, how much?
should we? How much?
About
is it
9,000.
exactly? How much did you spend? Whatever. We can deal with this later.
We only spent a total of 60 getting registration for myself and Schernhoff in the mage system.
Ah, I see.
Rifter, we need to rob more expensive
Rifter
people.
nods. Yes.
They
I mean,
actually gave us some rather interesting information about the city itself. It's very... Let's just say I recognize this type of writing from writing back home, but it's at least some interesting info. Struthoff, do you have the pamphlet?
Yes, and he passes it over.
It's mostly basic information, but it's still useful for understanding where we are.
Yes. I mean, most of us are in a new space, so good to be aware.
It's been long enough for me that I can always deal with a refresher. Do with a refresher.
By the way, Rifter, you had said about your tarot card. You had gotten one from a fortune teller of sorts. How did all of the rest of you come across your cards?
Fortune teller. No, it
Fortune
was at the temple in Hectorum.
Was she not a fortune teller of some kind? I remember something about her predicting something.
She may have had some knowledge of that sort. I guess I had always thought of her more as just a normal cleric, if that term has any meaning there.
Cleric, fortune teller, mystic, it's all the same.
I suppose I can't argue with that.
Is it possible that these cards are available other places? I mean, it just seems to be a very valuable tool for all of you, and I'm without one.
That I couldn't answer.
I mean, I hazard a guess that it's probably somewhere around here. I mean, there's probably nothing unique about specifically the Empire that would limit that amount of magic.
We are currently literally at the Court of Heavens. We have examples of them. We could just ask.
Yes,
That's true.
I guess that being my point is that maybe we look into that, round out the, rest of it. Could be good.
Would one of you
useful.
mind making me a history real quick? Whoever feels like butting in.
I will make a history check.
Do I feel lucky?
You're feeling lucky.
I feel fucking lucky.
I'm feeling lucky.
That was a nat 20 history, baby. Oh, I actually rolled it to GM.
That's
But-
okay. I do see it.
Yeah.
So yeah, you'll recall back to how when she was discussing it, it was from her time in the kingdoms that she learned it. So it backs it up. Very likely that there would be people around here, and that's one of the reasons why it's not very widespread in the Empire, is just because it has not spread out that far.
Well, if any place is a place to learn more about it, it would be here.
And I guess that's. What is our next action? Let's put these in a list of what we want to do.
Oh, I have my question. We presumably want to see about getting you your own card.
All right, I'll put card second on the list. You're first.
Rifter, the last time you used yours, didn't you get, frankly, violently ill?
I discussed it with her. Yeah. How do I put it? Don't overuse this kind of thing. It's temperamental, to say the least.
Duly noted.
From what I understand, it's an extension of you. Just like if you try and do too many push-ups in a row, your arms will give out. If you try and use it too much, your body will. Maybe your spirit. I'm not sure about the specifics, but I remember her saying something along those lines.
I think that's a pretty good summarization of what I was trying to say.
In Rifter's case, he was exercising its strength so frequently that it took a toll on his body. But I would say, if it works in the same way as a body, although I don't know if it does, he might have more resilience to it if he paces it out better.
That's what she thought.
Oh, it's something to consider.
Nonetheless, we're doing nothing by standing here.
Right. Perhaps we should take care of these tasks at roughly the same time. Rifter, would you mind coming with me?
Not at all. Are we just going to where I think we're going?
Aye.
Where do you think you're going?
The Court of Heaven?
Well,
To ask Lord a question about the quote-unquote matter of faith.
Yeah, he mentioned that, so I'm like,
gotcha.
where
Okay.
else?
I was just like, well, I mean, you're in the Court of Heaven.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were on our way out and we like met them in between. Okay, I see.
We can't escape.
Yeah, we are trapped.
Every time we get out, they pull us back in.
Okay.
Does
So
the little brochure say, like, any clues on where would be good for Lord's question?
Like,
yeah, that's a good
for
point.
Zeus's own part, or
No, I was asking for Lorik's. Was there any?
I need you to be
indication of, like-
more concise because I think I might have missed something. What is Lorik's goal here?
He wants to ask about how to actually go about quote unquote proper worship in this regard, since he's never actually had the experience of having
Huh.
faith. So he wants to make sure he didn't fuck it up, because when he tried, he
Father, how is my relationship with God doing?
it's not even that so much as just like, hey, last time I prayed, it felt like I had a bit of an access denied moment. Does that normally happen?
Well, just about anyone will be willing to answer that up here. The only question is, which like sort of shrine do you want to attend to ask that question?
Well, since they have a wide variety of shrines here, I would imagine if there's anything close to, say, a state religion here, then that would probably be the best choice. Just a place of more unified worship. I don't know. Like I said,
Would we need to go to multiple? I was under the impression you had multiple gods.
I mean,
that I don't know.
not really. Multiple beings fulfilling the same role of one god.
Okay.
In the same way where if I replace Dendar, I'm not a different god, I am still the god of dreams, but a different being.
Okay. Same concept, more collective.
So is the goal ask multiple of them?
I guess.
Is this something Lorik wants to ask more privately so we can do it at a future time, or do you want to do it in public with everyone else?
I'd be okay asking in public.
Okay.
Like, it's not a secret to the party out of character.
Right, but it's still, I could see it being potentially a bit of an embarrassing subject in a weird sort of way.
He already shared it with Richter, and
Okay.
And that's why he asked me, because I have his trust.
So pick three sort of devotees that you'd like to get their opinion on.
I guess what would the three biggest temples in this area be?
Practically non-existent.
Oh, lol.
Huh?
Like, part of the entire efficiency and equity thing involves, like, even if they're being a little bit less used or a little bit more used, there's equity to it. The only exception in the city is one for a pantheon frequently visited by giants is a little bit bigger.
Okay. Also, I didn't mean like physically biggest. I meant like sees the most foot traffic.
Yeah,
sort of thing.
Not particularly distinct either. Like, it's very, very neutral.
People here say God is cringe.
It's a city of travelers and traders. People pick up on a lot of different things.
Well, I guess in that respect, I guess two gods that he would have had experience with the domains of. Actually, yeah. He's going to see about Lathander, Saloon, and Gond.
Okay.
Mostly because those are the only three that he actually has any knowledge of at this point.
Okay, so the disciple of Gond sees it as a challenge from the gods, as a way to attempt to overcome a challenge, a way to try to push yourself to be better and try to create a stronger connection with it, saying you can do better than that, you can make it better.
So they want me to effectively follow the path they laid out for their followers, then, essentially.
Perhaps, if that's how you choose to interpret it.
Thank you for
Ultimately,
your time. Sorry.
ultimately, the journey and interpretation is up for no one but you. I can only help lead where I can, and I know that if my god performs such a thing, it would be a request to try again, to do stronger, more of it, more quality. Again, practice makes perfect.
All right. Thank you for the insight.
Which one second?
Um,
Lathander or Saloon?
Let's do Lathander.
Lathander sees it as perhaps improper use of technique. Perhaps it's might have been at a bad time of day or at a particularly bad place. Depending on the gods, some of them even tend to go to sleep at certain times of the day, as weird as that might sound. They'll give
That's bad implications.
Yes.
Oh, what did you say, Chad?
That's bad implications.
Not very well talked about in the Empire at all, but it's a common.
That some gods sleep.
It's a common prevailing idea. It's not like, oh yeah, this definitely exists, but it's like much more of a socially accepted idea in the kingdoms.
Oh, sure.
And that's why sometimes like things are less powerful in the world at certain times, right? Like that Lathander and Saloon, like each watch over the world in a kindness and in a caring family way, but they alternate times to do so. That sort of stuff. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Which ends up being a little bit more of a answer that gets followed up with a little bit more elaboration from Saloon, with that one being more so just a little bit of just make sure that you know and sorry, redo that.
Okay.
Make sure that you've resolved yourself to be content with the answer and that it's okay that these things take time. Faith is not always something that it almost never can be something that's obtained easily, even for those who are already predisposed for it or already utilizing it in other ways. It's something that needs to be cultivated just like anything else, and if the god is worthy of your worship or your admiration or your request, then you will be able to cultivate it in time, and they will understand.
Thank you.
Is that enough satisfactory for the work now, since I kind of wanted it to be a little bit of a thing?
Yeah. I assume that the Saloon thing was also kind of combining both Saloon and Shar, right?
A touch.
Yeah.
Really quickly,
Sure.
Darius, after this happens, because you said you were doing it in public, correct?
Yeah.
He is going to stop and he's going to Lorik, I'm sorry. Might I have one moment? I know that we just finished with you. But
Absolutely.
he's going to approach the priest of Lathander.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Hello, brother.
Oh, I don't know how to phrase this, but I'm not sure much of my role in his eyes, and to me it seems that you were rather aware from the start, or... I think I need guidance. He just completely stops the previous line and...
He just shakes his head. I can try. He moves over to the side, pulls out a few chairs from the nearby wall, sort of manifests a little bit of it, and asks you what ails you.
From the moment he entered in my life, he gave me blessings of return to a power that I once had, that I had lost. And from that moment, I always tried to reject his part in it. I have had issues with power and borrowing power before. And I'm not sure how to approach him at this point to ask for more than he's already given.
Well, the first I would make sure to understand is you need to make sure that you accept that if you truly do believe that you deserve it, that is the truth, and that if you believe that it might be something that you'd be taking from him, or that it's something that you don't believe you deserve, then there would definitely sour a bit of the understanding. Part of being a father involves making sure that your children stay safe with what you give them and that you don't overexert them. So first, I'd make sure that you are sure of what you would ask and that you believe that you could handle it.
All right.
It's also good that he's a god who embraces acceptance and with every day comes a new opportunity, and I would not grow discouraged. A failure one day does not give any implication to the next. The greatest success can come after the greatest failure, and vice versa. Every opportunity arises anew, and I would suggest that you follow through when you feel it is right. Don't give any credence to past failures.
All right. And forgive me for this question. It's going to sound odd, and I don't mean any offense, but it's important to me that, not that you answer it, but what your reaction to it is in the first place. What do you think his greatest failing is?
I've only thought about it from time to time, and it is a very difficult answer to find, but I don't believe I have one definitive, but I'll give my best thoughts. Ultimately, the Thander is a father who attempts to care for all of his children everywhere, no matter where they are. He, like a father bringing home the harvest from the fields, or bringing back supplies from the garden or a market, he brings the sun every day for all of us to grow and be better from it. And my only belief in his failure, that is of any degree of mention beyond triviality, is that in which he expects people to often try to come to that realization on their own, that with how expansive he is and with how beloved by nearly everyone, and the vast cultivation between all of the gods that he has, that he still asks that someone recognize him before he is willing to give his love.
Thank you. I have issues with trust when it comes to gods, and the fact that you're willing to openly voice that the issues that you have with yours shows me the relationship you have is genuine. It lightens the feeling I had, or the, I suppose, fear of what I had brought myself into.
Most of the gods used to be mortal. It's no less unreasonable to believe that some things may grow weaker, some parts of their aspect stronger, and others be replaced altogether, and no god can be perfect as close as he might try. Choice to allow his children to learn from their own mistakes is one that I cannot question the will of, but I can believe could be improved.
And one more thing before I go.
Of course,
Thank you for
you
your
need
time.
not. If you have 5 more, I would be glad to continue to answer.
I only want to know when the best time it is to contact him.
Just before dawn, so that as your voice reaches out, he first sets gaze upon you and the land around you.
He nods.
Anybody
you.
else have any religious visitations they would like to perform?
What's a god to a king?
What the god to a Coomer?
What's the god?
No, 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 no.
I can't think of anything else.
I think that's all for now.
If you two are feeling all right, of course I don't want to pull you along to another thing if you're feeling emotionally drained or anything like that.
No, it's
I mean, it's not like we've been through a lot.
Zeus, you've been through more than the rest of us.
Indeed.
You see, he kind of like looks away and starts just kind of like waving his hand to like deflect it. Maybe we go looking for that tarot card. That seems like an engaging thing. It'll boost our energy and stuff. And maybe, I don't know, any more dark things around. The more I think about this, the more I'm worried that we're leaving something unattended. You know, we're worried, oh, what if I get somebody else sick, but then I end up, catching some disease, as it were, if that metaphor makes sense. Maybe there are slight half questions we can ask to get close to if we think it's going to be a danger. And then as soon as if we see it's too dangerous about certain, topics, we can pull out.
I don't think it's worth even risking the half questions because we saw what happened earlier today.
If you play with fire, Rifter, you will get burned.
Exactly.
Wise words, I guess. All right. We at least have one heading. Wow. Oh.
If I had to guess, I know that, at least in a vague sense, over in the Empire, Timora is a god of luck or something of that sort. Maybe her temple here would have something, if she even has a temple here.
Could be good. You all, of course, know more about these things than me, so feel free to
Oh, I-
lead the way.
Really, I just know the names. That's it.
Once again, still more than me. I guess, shall we head off in that? Do we know the direction of that?
I do not.
We ask for directions.
How do you describe it?
I guess he's just gonna ask around at one of the other temples. Like, the last one that the party went to was the Saloon/Lady Moon temple. So probably asking there before leaving it.
Yeah, so what are you asking?
Where the Temple of Timor would be if one exists here.
Okay. You get very straightforward directions.
We head over.
Mm. You have arrived.
Wow.
I'm sorry I'm not giving particularly ornate descriptions. It
That's all right.
has veered drastically from what I prepared for, so I'm having to do a lot of improv, and I hope you're embracing the imagination in your own head such that we all have different versions of what the city looks like.
I feel
Yes.
you. I guess just maybe Zeus will walk up to somebody, I guess, who seems to be looking after the place, at
Okay.
least to some capacity, and be like, I don't know what he's gonna say. He's gonna go, is there anyone, maybe, I don't mean to say this indelicately, but someone more in, I don't want, man, everything I'm thinking of makes you sound like a Karen. Someone more in
Is there
charge here.
someone-
Can I
Is there
speak to
someone
your
more-
manager?
Yeah.
Embrace the Karen.
Is there anyone who maybe we could talk to for more serious help?
Well, that depends on what kind of help you'd like.
We are embarking on dangerous things to come, as you know, many adventuring parties do, and we're run down on this tool that we had been given, a religious tool that we had been given. We can show it, and so that more specifics can be given. I'm not all that eloquent in that sense, but we were just looking if there were any here that we could get.
Amara in the downstairs area, as she gives you a few directions down a set of stairs closer toward the center of the complex. She generally handles a fair bit more about both curse breaking and like manifestations of the divine outside of individuals, so that might be a good place to start.
Got you. Thank you so much. It's very helpful. I'll give you a good review.
And I will
I'll
give you
five
good luck.
stars.
They head down. Keith heads down.
+2 social credit score.
You have walked down into that area. There's currently a small-scale apothecary situation going on. There's a woman, the supposed Amara, who is doing a fair bit of busy work in making sure to tend to multiple of the poultices and other such things of a few individuals who are attempting to rest and recover.
Hello there. I was wondering if we may bother you for a second, if that is all right.
If you're not in urgent care, I suggest you wait.
Fair. Is there a better time for us to return?
Whenever they're better.
Oh.
Zeus is going to turn around to the party and be like, Do you have anything that can help her speed this
If
process up?
If it helps at all, I am well versed in magical healing, and I have my documentation.
That might be good. Let's
She
offer that.
She stops for a brief moment, continues working on it, and asks to see it.
Lork provides the documentation that he received earlier.
Reads it over, gives it back to you. Alright, but don't mess it up.
Absolutely.
And starts to move off into another room and opens a door, beckons Zeus in.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
They close the door, and most of the party's not able to hear what's going on unless they really move up to the door and really attempt to snoop. Will anyone be snoopers of the storm?
I will snoop.
Darius comically pokes his eyeball through the keyhole of the door like a cartoon.
And people thought his ginge was the ginge, and people thought his jaw was the only thing that unhinged.
No, he is unhinged.
Yeah, casually unhinge his eyeball.
I don't like that.
He has the unhinge no me.
Unhinge money.
Alright, I'm snooping. Do I need to roll for anything, or am I just snooping?
Not yet,
Hooray.
but you might later.
Uh-oh.
Right now, you're just listening, and things are relatively clear because not much is going on. All right, so talk to me.
To kill the party.
What do you need? You don't look too beat up, so I have to assume it's something else. That's to use this.
Oh, to me. Oh, my bad. We were looking. Some of my compatriots here had procured. Can one of you pull out one of yours? I'm sorry. Pull out one of the cards.
He goes. You look around and there's nobody inside.
Oh, I went inside. Whoa, sorry, my brain went. I thought Lorik went inside because he had the skills. Okay.
No, they were tending to them in the room that you all were in.
Understandable. Would it be safe to say, I guess, with the party, that Zeus is currently holding on to Dyer's card?
Yeah, I mean, Zeus would absolutely want to.
He's entitled to the inheritance.
Zeus is going to... Whoa. Zeus is going to kind of hesitantly kind of pull out the card and kind of be like, something of this nature. We were looking for one more.
They take a little bit to touch around it.
If they take it from his hand, he's going to for a second
they're
let
not,
go, and then
they're not pulling on it. They're more so just holding it, sort of by holding your hands.
Got you.
And they tilt to the side. They move one of the candles a touch closer just to be able to get a little bit more light on it. And she inevitably ends up giving you the answer that one of the other people, who's a gold worker, ends up having some information about it, that they worked with it a little bit. And she's able to point to be like, you see all the points on the edges where it's trimmed with gold, and how the ornate work on the center ends up creating those colors at different light directions. It's not something that can be done with simple smithing. It has to be done through magical creation. It's a dead giveaway.
Got you. I see that now. Would this be something in your wheelhouse?
Not mine, but she might.
Sorry, as a player, my brain has been
a little bit
scattered all
ago
over.
she said that she knew somebody who might, and they're the gold worker.
Yes, the gold. Okay, got you.
Yeah.
Sorry, the lines are getting crossed in my head. Thank you.
It's okay. You have a path to go forward.
Got you. Thank you so much. So you heal people, correct?
That's right.
Of what maladies would you say?
On the slowest times, simple ailments or physical injuries, but most often curses, bad deals, possessions, those sorts of things.
Fair. So if somebody was talking about, like, if I describe a situation to you, don't look into me, don't try and use anything on me, but just if I described a situation to you, what would
This is
be?
gonna get her killed.
No, Zeus is
Zeus!
look, Zeus is a very careful man. All right. Look, what's the worst that'll happen? He'll be next to his brother. Zeus.
Oof.
So true!
Zeus is going to kind of explain what happened. Of course, leaving out any suspicion of what he thinks it
Okay.
could be. So he's going to kind of describe. I was recommended to go there, but I'm very nervous about getting anybody else hurt. I don't know what this thing might be, you know.
Well, I will make sure to take extra precautions. I normally say, like, I could end up taking a look and charging you, but both because it'll have to be very preliminary, and because your friend seems to be doing a great job. Do you have a few minutes?
I might, but I must urge you more than anything else in the entire world. True. That's
I
Zeus's mind.
understand.
If you get even the apparently this person I went to caught a whiff of something and then immediately said no. So if you get any whiff of something, you must make a sacred, well, maybe I shouldn't say that word. A very serious.
I understand your concern. I have been trained for decades on how to deal with curses, curse breaking, preventing them from spreading, preventing their malady in many other ways. I will treat it with the utmost caution.
All right. By the way, is it very easy to peek into this room?
Yes, whispers Richter.
I'm
Well,
sure
there's
it's
your
probably
answer.
fun. Well, perhaps another time or now. Was the whisper for real? Could
No,
Zeus
it was
hear
not for real.
Okay, so
then Zeus will just kind of be like, "I'm sorry, I'm just being overly
It's
nervous." Go ahead.
well,
Anyone who wants to rush in to stop.
if
can
we're
do so.
trying to do it safely, the best thing to do would be for you to find a way to relax. If you can do that, would you prefer a drink, perhaps some tea, anything else?
Tea sounds good. What is your? Never mind. Zeus starts thinking maybe I should ask her about her family to see how much damage this could cause, and then he's like, "Nope, that won't make me less nervous."
So true.
Tea will be fine. Thanks.
She brews you a nice tea, asks you to lay down and just attempt to relax.
He'll try his damnedest.
Roll me a flat d20.
Oh god, this is gonna end horribly.
She goes for a little bit. She stops and she says, "It's okay. You can take your time.
Oh, okay.
You don't need to rush being calm. Just let it happen."
You just put the fear of God in me.
Zeus is going to take the effort of. Does he have anything to calm him down? He doesn't.
I think I think the fact that Zeus is going through being like, how am I going to get myself to calm down is one of the reasons why he's not calming down.
That's true. I think here's what he's going to do. Lorik had given him a little trinket that is like if things might go wrong, not in this situation, but might go wrong, is like can help you. So he's going to kind of hold on to that and be like, Lorik is a very, like, thinks about, things being safe and right. And so he's going to use that to try and fill in
Aw.
with good vibes.
Go ahead and roll me one with advantage.
Yeah. This one's for you.
Aw.
Yay, 15.
50.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't even remember giving Zeus a trinket.
Lol.
I think it's when you guys did smithing stuff. It's like a save on saving roll fail
Oh,
kind
Mhm.
of thing. Zeus is
I
going
thought it
to
was
beat
much more
both Darius.
personal. Not for whatever reason.
Zeus
I
is
mean,
going
hey,
to beat-
it's up to him if it's personal.
yeah.
This is true.
Who are
little
you
bit,
to say otherwise?
I
Zeus
am
is
me.
going to be the third in this relationship. That's going to be the goal.
So true. After a little bit, you calm down. She's able to get a read of the situation. And after a few minutes, she says, well, I understand why she's concerned, but it's not something that you have to be worried about if you're aware of it.
Okay. What is it like?
I also understand why it was difficult for you to attempt to calm down your... I guess the best way to phrase this would be say something along the lines of your soul is screaming out. It's burgeoning. It's expanding with nowhere else to go. It's attempting to reach out and run trapped in a bird cage. It's
Birdcage.
Birdcage.
trapped, screaming, upset. You want to do something, you want to reach out, but you can't. Is that right?
Zeus kind of just like looks down at the ground and kind of like
Yeah.
thinks about
You don't
things
need
for a
to.
moment.
You don't need to say it. It's okay. I'll just. If you don't want to talk about it, I'll still continue on.
Yes. Oh, that would be best. How much are they hearing of this? I'm curious.
Rift is hearing just about everything.
Rifter's biting his nails.
But
He's not.
there's-
So, to let you know,
Suddenly,
the
she fucking
player,
disintegrate.
on the other side of this door, Rifter is not a narc, so he's not doing anything. But he's got very wide eyes. He's biting his nails. He's like, oh, what are
I'm
you doing?"
imagining there's a tiny little keyhole, and he's doing the fucking Mega Man, just eye up through the keyhole.
Yeah.
This is why Zeus likes Rifter.
He's executing Operation Sneaky Snick.
Yes.
Whatever it is, not just your thought, but your spirit is burgeoning. It's reaching out. You need to find some way to help release your turmoil. Otherwise,
this
it might
be-
continue to swell and eventually burst.
Ah,
And that would be very bad.
I would definitely agree. Would this be some sort of, I don't know, some, a mixture of some sort, or just a more fine
If only
piece of
it
mind?
were that easy. As much as many remedies do tend to be a few drinks of this or a few incantations of that or a wonderful trip to somewhere. The important part is this is one that must be solved yourself. I don't need to know. You don't need to tell me. It's okay. I understand. But something is clearly troubling you deeply. You don't think it's right. Perhaps correcting it or just talking about it to others might help fix that rage in your spirit right now.
Well, I thank you very much for obviously taking the utmost care and such. I do not. My compatriots have all of our cash tight and safe, but maybe I can give you something still in return. Do you like golden statues?
I think they're much too flashy. I'm not interested in getting anywhere down here robbed. I know
Fair.
that Lena would certainly appreciate it, though. If you really want to give me something, give it to her as a gift.
All right. Well, thank you for your time, and I will go looking into this matter about other things. Peace be with you.
Let's see how your friend's doing. And she starts to stand up, moves over, makes sure to snuff out the fire to get the tea completely off, goes out. Laura, give me a medical.
Oh no.
Let's go.
So
When
when we
Sherlock,
get
please
any
help.
bonuses for friendly creatures in my aura, healing every turn. No, just kidding.
And I am. Oh fuck. Turn off help, please. Turn off. Can you help? Oh fuck. Fuck.
I didn't see any roll.
It was a 3.
Yeah, it's rolling to GM for some reason. Ugh. It was
When
a
you-
3.
Yeah, I'll spend.
BBQ, if you go to the roll on the left and unselect DM, it'll
Yeah, I
probably.
fixed it.
Okay.
So you are doing it, Strunhoff?
Yeah, just to clarify, should I be restoring the card uses at the end of each session?
No.
Only
It's
when we take
whenever
a
you
long rest.
rest.
Okay, so I should have one left then.
Yes.
Okay, better.
Good enough. You have not trolled them.
I have not trolled Among Us Sleep.
You have not trolled Among Us, and the work is passable. Using both the mixture of making sure to actually do the divine healing, as well as, not breaking their bone backwards when trying to do so, means that the people are getting a little bit better. It's always problematic when you have to do long form healing, and she takes over and bids you all on your way.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
I trust it was worth it, Zeus.
Yes, very much so. And in full transparency, I did ask about the issue that of whatever dark energy is around me. It was not what we were worried about. Believe you me, I took very much precaution in saying do not dig any deeper than just knowing whatever the fortune teller said. I understand it's dangerous, but I don't want to end up being a burden because some curse takes over me.
Zeus. I literally have magics on hand that can dispel curses.
What? Why didn't you bring that up before? Why didn't we just do that at the top of the matter?
Because I didn't think it was a curse.
Oh, I guess. Well, that's fair, I get it. But we could have just expended it, No.
Zeus, the decision you made was stupid. It, however, did not end up with bad results. That is all I have to say.
In the
Thank you,
future,
Darius.
I will not do things so risky, but we are dealing with, I would say, very dangerous forces on a daily basis. So,
And
you
if
got
it
to
had
keep your.
proven to be that dangerous force, you would have ended up just like him.
And if it would
And
have
it
been
would
a
be down by
different.
another party member.
Let's just go for other things. Zeus is going to take out the gold statue from his bag. I need to drop this off upstairs.
Language.
I would like to point out that Rifter would like to have snuck back, eavesdropping on the conversation, pretending as if he had no idea.
Of course, of course.
Mhm.
When did you get so deaf, Rifter? You were pressing your face up against that door like it was your mother.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Let's continue. While he drops the statue off, what do we want to do?
So you get there, you drop off the statue to the gold worker. Do you say anything else aside from it's from her?
We are no. Other than
Wow.
like, hey,
Okay.
we would like this card.
Yeah,
Maybe.
okay, yes. That's
Yeah.
one of the things where she's just like, oh yeah, instantly, like just super casually, like, oh yeah, sure.
Wonderful.
Bruce drops it off. It's from me. I like that.
So true. Imagine being like, oh hey, I know. It's like, I know you work at a McDonald's, so I brought you McDonald's. Like, that's literally what you're doing. It's like, it.
Yeah, dude, you're welcome.
Yeah.
I played the Stardew Valley system. I'm like, oh well, you like.
Everybody knows that McDonald's is becoming more stingy with what they actually allow their employees to eat from McDonald's. So bringing a McDonald's employee McDonald's might actually be better than you think.
Ooh, so true.
So it shouldn't be a big deal then. Yes.
Not at all. She pretty quickly reaches out. The statue wasn't particularly good looking, but now it's definitely not, because she just grabs it and compresses it into a small mote of gold. Just
Hey,
literally
I was told
just
when I
grabs
got
it
it.
and squishes it.
I was told when I got it, it was a gold sexy statue, so I assumed it was
Mm-hmm.
very impressive.
Mm-hmm. And takes a little bit of it, breaks it off, and starts sprinkling it on the floor. Asks you to focus on yourself and what you want and reflect about who you are.
I think the core thought on his mind is, of course, getting his brother back, and there are slight, I mean, not necessarily slight, but definite points of anger from what has currently been said to him about the risk he might have taken, while he firmly doesn't see it that way. And so
Okay.
he has some anger towards his party, but he's realizing it's no point in
And so
arguing
continue
about
to
it
hold
them.
and focus on that. Do you think you're able to do that out of character? Do you think that Zeus is capable of focusing on those ideas for a few minutes?
I think what Zeus is going to realize is, because he's feeling this rage, instead of focusing on those things, he's going to focus in on whatever that feeling was.
Okay.
That like spark he had felt when they were in Flesh World.
All right. I have randomized my list.
Oh,
All right. So would you mind rolling me 1d13?
1d13. Got it. Slash. Oh, that's a period.
Twist his dick.
6.
Okay, interesting choice. Let me go read that one. Roll me a d4.
Alrighty. 1.
All right. How am I gonna flavor that?
Maybe cayenne pepper.
Fuck you. Alright. As it begins to manifest, it shifts around a little bit, it changes, but ultimately by the time that she lets you know it's done, there is, let's see, it was a 1. There's a card that has a lizard folk on the center of it. It has two hands, both splayed outwards, one facing upwards, one facing downwards. The one facing upwards holds a broadsword above. The one beneath holds a wand, and the two of them through the lizard folk end up forming a scales of justice, and the card is justice.
Oh shit!
Damn.
What?
Which, hey, that fucking works. Or at
It
least I hope
works.
it's gonna work.
Yeah. I'm fine with it. Thank you for this. Yeah, very well done work. He says to the gold maker.
Can I ask you what your proficiencies are right now?
Yes, you may.
Your skill
You can ask me,
proficiencies.
but I won't tell.
Oh no. If
These
only
are
I could look.
These are skill proficiencies?
Yes. You know what? I'll just look. I'll make it simple.
Got you, okay. Yeah, it's rogue, so there's a lot.
Yeah.
So, Pog.
All right. Well, you have the two that are there. So first of all, just the passive effect from it. Go ahead and pick a new skill proficiency and go ahead and add one.
Oh shit!
Yeah, because normally it would be you become proficient in insight or investigation, and you already have those two, so get a different one.
All right. I will. Oh, what else is good? Or I guess what else do I have high in? Party consult. Is there anything that you guys are like, yo, we are lacking in this? This would be good.
I would say what you should do is you should do whatever you feel would help best you against Andromache / Finding Dire. Because that's what this is supposed to be a manifestation of. This is what drives your spirit right now.
Got you. Is there any I guess medicine is a wisdom thing. If anybody else has a roleplay thing while I think about this for a second, feel free to go through with it. I'm sorry for taking a moment.
How dare you think about things, you monster.
How could you? I trusted you.
Hey, look, you shouldn't have. I've been saying I'm going to kill the party this whole time.
You were at my daughter's wedding.
I guess I'll do religion. That sounds good.
Okay.
Okay.
His
And it was
ass
just
is
that
valid.
one.
I
More
am going
proficiency.
to send to you in just a moment.
Okay.
The Hanged Man.
When the rest of you got your cards, did you feel different at all?
Very simply nods.
I can't well remember. It's been ages.
There was something ethereal about the experience.
Interesting.
I'm sending you the details.
Pog.
So just to make sure I properly understand what the justice card looks like, it is essentially two snakes forming the justice scales.
No. It's a single lizard folk. With both of their hands outstretched. The one that's a wand is beneath, so like their arms are forming the scale, and in the one that's lower is the wand, and in the one that's above is a broadsword that's reaching over their head.
I see.
Because he had the Justice of Wands, which has the general idea of flexibility and creative solutions.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
It
Maybe
just
those
works.
astrology girls were onto something.
It just works.
It just works.
When we're done with the day, with today's session, we can go over and look at some tarot cards. And is there anything else anybody wants to do within the city of Dhuugaan at this point?
Lord wants to find a room for a set of rooms for the party, an inn, as it were.
Easily found. It's 250 a night is the one that you find that's about decent for the kind of quality you would want.
Okay.
Probably getting 3 rooms would be my guess. They're a little small.
Probably.
So yeah, 750 and you're good to go.
All right.
Wow.
Has one of you been tracking it, or do I need to go ahead and add it?
I have it in my set. I don't actually know what the number is. He said somewhere around 9,000 scripts.
Subtract 750 from 8,300 right now, because that's how much they spent before all that jazz. Or after all that jazz.
$75, 60.
Okay.
The only other thing is that Zeus at night is going to start taking up meditating to try and focus on this energy that he had felt. And early in the mornings, he will try to wake Rifter up to train.
Oh, to train? What are we training?
Hold on, let's play through it. The room that the two of you shared is fairly classic fantasy room. It's a little bit noisier than you had hoped, as the burr of industry and commerce and general society did not in fact die down at any point in the night, but eventually you get used to the constant murmuring of voices in the background and the occasional clangs of metal rocking through the streets. As the sun begins to breach through some of the sills, Zeus wakes up and finds it's a good time to begin attempting to focus on himself and calming down and meditating, and eventually moves over and begins to peck the bird a little bit with his finger.
What do you want?
I want, well, I mean, breakfast would be great. There's quite many things I could want, but right now, we need to get stronger. Would you not agree?
Agree, but the strength that we seek is not of a physical nature, more of a divine one.
But, hear me out on this one. Perhaps a physical body able to, when you get a new anything, right? Say a new dagger, you need to have the abilities to wield it, right? Not anyone can pick up any dagger if it's a good dagger and just be able to use it. You have to hone your skills in order to use whatever weapon you use.
This much is true, yes.
So, and maybe we'll impress more deities should we be a bit stronger.
Sure. Okay, what do you want? What is this all leading up to?
Let's train. Wait, is it early morning right now or is it night?
It is early morning. The sun has just begun to break through the sun's broken through the window seals for about like 15 minutes or so.
Mm-hmm.
Rifter, as you say, let's train, gives you a look of profound sadness. As when he looks at you, he says, in Dyer's voice, Rifter, could you teach me to stab good?
Aww.
Zeus's heart is going to sink.
Before we continue forward, just because it might be important, Darius, did you wake up early today?
I have messaged you around this time. Darius would have woken up to talk to the big guy.
Okay, I'm sorry. That was only like 30 seconds earlier.
It was
okay.
only 30 seconds earlier. I thought you asked because I...
No, I asked because I was like, that kind of something that would happen at around the same time. That's probably important, in that I don't want to have to retcon something if something
Yeah,
changes.
no worries, no worries.
So when
Darius, give me a religion.
You are mother.
I am. Hey, would you look at that?
That's not bad for a 0.
That's sounds like something that we can have a talk in DMs and or calls about later.
Yes.
It's something that warrants talking on DMs and calls about later, rather than just eat shit and die.
Okay.
We just long rested, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
Darius, is everything alright?
Don't worry about it. Go after bed.
Fine.
Switching back to the other room, Rifter, Zeus.
Zeus is-
It's time to wake everybody up.
After this moment of like Zeus's heart kind of dropping, he's going to like, in a very like stern, determined face, and he's going to bring up his arm for like the kind of like, I don't want to say classic meme, but like the, you know, the two hands, the buff guy's handshaking. And Zeus is going to be like, we need to do it for him.
Rifter nods and he says, I will tell you the same thing I told him. I would love to pass down the skills that have been passed down from me. And he's gonna go ahead and arm clasp with Zeus.
Hell yeah.
And he's gonna go ahead and say, all right, now whip it out.
All of a sudden, but we haven't even had breakfast.
Rifter whips out his card and he's like, yeah, you know what I mean, Dengus.
Brings it out. You know, yours looks a little bit shorter than mine. I don't.
It is of noticeably different craft than all of the other cards. Has much more of a artistic flair. It has a lot of spiraling. It has a lot of little micro dots of gold engraved at different spots within. There's spots where it has a shimmer that is gold at some angles of light and normal colors at others, and it's just generally more of an artistic work as opposed to more of a functional one.
Not sure. Oh,
Rifter's gonna go ahead and ask, what does it do again?
well, and does Zeus automatically just know everything it does?
What you know is like just from some of your focus and given the intent, it's not something that just directly harms. It's something that helps you get what you want rather than something that harms people directly.
Okay, gotcha. I think that's something that will require a little bit more use of it for me to fully grasp my head around it. But it seems more of a tool to get what I want, if I am to quote the DM.
The TM, that's an odd name for a cleric.
Oh, sorry. They told me that I refer to my heart as the DM, the data manager.
Yeah, unless I'm misunderstanding, your desire is much more so to rescue Dyer than to punish Andromache, right?
I think that's in the way of what he cares about. I would agree with that.
Okay.
Like, he wants revenge, but I think that, like, the first and
If
foremost
he had to
thing
have a
is-
choice, he would choose.
yeah.
Right? Yeah.
But both is good.
But both is definitely
But both is good. What a wonderful card to draw.
Rifter looks down at his card and he says, mine is the card that suggests death. When I use it, it extends my limits beyond my capabilities. It is power, the likes of which I have not felt, ever.
But I warn you that if it is anything like mine, straining yourself will not yield the results you want.
I'll try not to let my curiosities get the best of me in this instance.
Rifter nods. I would strongly advise a testing to see what it does. Have you ever used a magic item before?
In my many travels, I have a time or two. None currently on me, unless you consider these any kind of pulse that makes his soul knives appear.
I wouldn't consider that quite the same in the ballpark, though. For me, at least, it is akin to that, but a magic item has a more, how you say, detached feeling. It feels more like cranking something, like operating machinery. This feels like an extension of oneself. At least as far as I can presume. The others, their cards are not quite the same as mine.
How do you, I guess, to bring this power out, what do you think of?
At first, I had a mantra. It focused the mind. But after a time, this I think might perhaps be a specific to mine. I simply desire power. The power to strike down and that which is in front of me. I do not know what will yield in yours.
I guess maybe I'll start trying to think of, I guess, how to translate that in something more. You had a very pointed phrase, it seems. Maybe I'll try to work on that.
Rifter nods. Perhaps maybe we should speak to the others. I think maybe their insight could be useful. And he's going to go ahead and walk towards the door and look to wake everyone up. .exe.
Yeah. Zeus comes along. We hit pots and pans together.
Yeah, true.
Have you heard about? You've heard about the birds and the bees. Now get ready for the pots and the pans.
So true.
God damn it.
Well, Darius, I think that plan was shot.
Sorry, yeah. He sort of shakes himself out of something and hops on out.
We're looking to train this morning, if you would all like to join us. Also, if I could ask some questions about your cards. What do you think of when you use them and such? But I think me and Rifter had a conversation about maybe our bodies. We should make sure are in the proper space to inherit the powers we are looking to receive.
All right then.
Maybe a run? I don't know.
Okay. All right, I understand what you're trying to do. So.
Give me just a moment to actually get ready for the day.
Sure. Take almost all of the time you need.
Almost, he says.
Who does this guy think he is? He joins the party and but like a month later, he's telling him what to do.
This asshole over here. They should kill him before he kills them.
Let's kill him.
Let's kill him.
His tarot card was the "I kill myself to kill you. What could be more justice" card.
You should kill yourself now.
No.
This asshole told me before I go out I should dig 2 graves. Idiot, I'm going to kill way more than 2 people.
So after getting properly set up for the day, Lork heads out and. All right, what was it you wanted to help with, Zeus?
I guess gathering more information. When you use your card, what do you think of? What comes to your mind? Rifter mentioned he had a bit of a kind of mantra of sorts. What about you?
It's not really a conscious thought, it's just. Sometimes I have the need for more strength to protect those around me, and. It gives me exactly that.
Fair. What about you, Strudhoff? Do you think of anything, or... I mean, you're one with magic, so maybe this is just even a bit more of a comfort space for you.
You know what's funny? A lot of the time I forget I have a card.
Huh.
And I can't seem to recall the last time I actually used it.
Interesting. So do you even know what it does?
I'm not sure.
Well, I guess these things have a bit of range with them, maybe? Darius, what about you?
For me, it's mostly a reactive thing. It's in moments of great stress, great peril, and generally only during that do I feel myself able to almost ignore whatever it is that's causing me such right. Its power feels almost infinite, but at the same time incredibly limited. It feels as if I'm drawing upon something incredibly heavy with the pressure that I don't know if even could compare. I don't even know if the pressure of Andromache could compare to the weight that I feel behind what it is that I do, but it only lasts a very fleeting moment, and it takes an enormous amount out of me. The only other time I've used it for something other than that was trying to apply it to someone else, and it allowed their resurrection to proceed, but again, it took so much out of me that even though I wouldn't have used it in the next following, I don't know, weeks, months, I wasn't keeping track, but it's almost like a weight that I carry around that I can only feel when I need it.
Actually, it
Interesting.
just hit me. I've used my card for one other thing exactly once. It was the first time they went to Chavala, and presumably, Rifter, you relayed that message to everyone else, and I can't even remember what I was thinking at the time to make use of that property of it, but I gave my words to Rifter.
Interesting. So it seems like we at least have 2 instances of just instinct kicking in. Very certainly. I guess we'll find out what mine does when the moment presents itself, perhaps.
These magics are mysterious, to say the least.
Given how appropriate it feels each of our cards were, I am led to presume that they draw upon the nature of yourself. Given the intent behind it is what draws it out. I'm no magical person, of course. I'm not an expert in any way, shape, or form.
And I guess I don't know. I mean, we have goals, of course. I guess what I was saying to you earlier makes the most sense. It's something to help me get there. I don't know. I guess we'll have to see where it goes from there. But training, first and foremost. Oh, do you do? I guess I've been with you all for a while. I haven't necessarily seen anybody do exercises in the morning or anything like that. But maybe it's a good regiment to get into. You know, maybe some sparring matches here and there.
One, typically are not up early enough to actually see my morning exercises, and two, one of the last times that we had a sparring match in the party, I lost one of my horns.
Well, maybe we take it a little bit easier than full blast.
I believe there is value to what you are suggesting. I would love to spar with you.
All right, I guess someone should be ref, and I'm willing to take on this.
I would also propose that if we are intending to have sparring matches, we do it outside of city limits.
Yes. Don't want to need to pay more property damage or anything like that.
This isn't like a Hectorum. It's not a place where we are some of the first people here. So...
The party burning down another city just to add it to their resume.
True.
So
This city believing they can contain our power, us burning it down.
the party has made sure to gather up all the supplies they will need for the journey. Are they ready to head out?
I'd say so.
So as well.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, it's a shame our intended week-long stay fell through, but perhaps it's best we got on the road sooner anyway.
Yes. Onward and upward. They start playing the road trip music from a Goofy movie.
Well, I'll go ahead and just move us off for the first action as you start to follow along the path of the river. You've made your way a good distance outside the city, and Zeus feels comfortable enough to attempt giving it a shot, at least with the backing and confidence of his team.
Just, before we head out further, I understand we're stopping for now. I want to ask something. I would like us to stop at the shrines to Dendar on our way there.
Alright.
And,
Sounds alright.
Riptor,
Aye.
try not to kill him.
I will do
I'll
my
keep my
best.
healing magics at the ready.
Alright. 1v1 me, scrub. You fucking what, mate?
You fucking what, mate? How do I make sure I don't kill Rifter?
Okay, so because in actual combat, I feel like I probably have an advantage in that I am a swashbuckler.
Fair.
I'm going to
Abstracting it.
do you want to like roll I don't know, just a single off roll to just see generally how it goes?
I'd be down with that if you want to do
Okay.
that.
What do you want to roll?
Or should we do best of 3 roll?
Best of
Get the
3 rolls?
tension in
Yeah.
I guess. Do you want to do something with stats or just like d20s?
I figure both of you have 20 decks, so stats would be identical in that regard.
Yeah, just d20s, d20s.
All right. I'll do first roll.
Okay, okay.
Oh, damn.
Oh, whoops. I accidentally hit a bookmark. Give me a second.
Well,
Oh, whoops.
Well, she-
Hold on. Oh, whoops. Guys, I rolled the wrong
Here,
thing. I'm
I'll
so
roll
sorry.
for you, Rifter.
Thank you.
ah!
Not Darius.
Ah!
But they roll 1.
He
No,
rolled a
it's
fucking
20.
20.
Oh, lol! So I'm just gonna assume that in the first match.
I'm joking.
Oh, goddamn.
Oh man.
You see
In
what it
case you
is?
didn't notice, he's rolling 20.
Oh.
Y'all,
you got
damn.
me.
y'all are fucking gullible. That's what you are.
I
Listen,
didn't
I
see
know
it.
that Darius Luck either rolls a fucking
Okay,
2
an 11,
or
an
a
11.
20.
Okay. So the first round, I'm imagining Rifter's gonna use his rapier, and he's gonna make a few testing strikes. And while he does get the better of you, we're not going like at Mach 5 or anything. It's just like, oh,
Yeah.
a little faster than I expected. Oh.
I think Zeus is going to try and hit that backdash, but you hit him on the.
Tech chase it.
Rifter hits him with the
Rifter
electric
is-
wind god fist.
Rifter is currently shine tech chasing Zeus.
A classic. All right, round 2.
All right, round 2.
Yeah,
better than
what
last
the
time.
fuck?
Oh shit!
Oh,
Okay.
they're too good.
Now
For
you gotta
this-
compare dick sizes.
For the second round, Rifter's like more serious, and he's like, "All right," and he actually pulls out his double daggers, and it's just a fucking actual like mirror match where we're just like throwing daggers back at each other, fucking dodge rolling out of the way and shit.
It's like we do that thing to where it's like the bullets hit each other, but because mine's a soul knife, it doesn't like break yours, but they just both go flying off.
Yeah.
And, like
Collapse, yeah.
all right. Oh my gosh, I'm just going up. Yeah. It's close.
Now for
Okay,
the
so now
tiebreaker.
now for the tiebreaker. So we're still hitting it. I'm barely getting a couple more cuts in or something. I guess yeah.
Yeah. You just
All right.
nick me, Bale. Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Okay.
So
Wait. Rifter's been rolling fucking d10s. What the fuck?
Oh, I rolled a D10
What?
that time. Lol.
You rolled
No.
a d10 all three.
Okay, let me-
2
let
of
me-
the other times.
Okay.
Okay.
I had to handicap myself, bro.
I see.
Taking one arm behind his back, showing off.
No, that's only a valid handicap if you're up against Darius.
All right.
Fuck you.
Well played.
Yeah, Zeus to try and
Yeah,
get
I
the
got
upper end.
You know what I mean? Sorry.
To get the that's good.
Ooh.
To get kind of the upper hand in the end, he's going to start using the psychic whispers to just like start talking into your head to make you a little bit more distracted, to then like pin you down on the ground.
Like what?
Oh,
He just says that was cheap.
Hey, if it works, it works.
Sounds like a handicap, and he pushes you off of him. Well played. And
Well
he
played.
shakes your hand.
I look forward to more of these in the future.
Hey Rifter, you know what a real handicap is?
Oh, your
Being
mom.
dead.
Yeah, your mom. All right.
Both your moms.
Oh, got me. All right. So, should we try to look for, where the UNC went to?
Well, as I understand it, Darius had intended to. Well, I'll let him explain.
Well, unfortunately, we didn't get all of the information we needed from the information broker, but there are still a couple of things that we can try and learn. One of the main things that I think we need to figure out is the information that Dendar themselves does not want revealed.
Mhm.
I think our best leads will be at their temple. They haven't been well kept up recently, which means any hidden parts of them will be easier to find.
That makes sense.
Not all of them might have one, but it's always worth checking.
This makes sense to me, yeah. Alright.
I have no objections.
Neither do I.
I know of a couple closer to home, but I'm not sure of all of them on the way here, so please keep your eyes out, and if you see shrines, do let me know.
Alright.
Of course. Eyes peeled.
I hope not literally.
I like my eyes without the wrapper.
Hmm. Don't like that.
I mean, I like my people without the wrapper.
Mm.
I hate it here.
Oh my.
Anyway, shall we continue?
See.
Aye.
So what happened to Zeus's plan?
Oh, I thought the plan was for just the sparring. I was not sure.
Oh,
Zeus
I
is
thought
going
you
to
were
pull out the
attempting
card
to
right away.
practice the card.
No.
Oh,
I mean, I
Okay.
think he just wanted more information on that, but also just to spar in general.
Yeah.
well, okay.
Plan succeeded.
Do you do it in
I
any of the
assumed
next
that
few
you wanted-
days?
I assumed that you wanted the spar to be like a way to, like, in practice, like, try and feel out when your card might activate, but
Oh, I guess that too as well, but I didn't think about that.
Well, now,
Like, yo.
now you've talked about it, and Darius brings it up after like 2 days on the road, so it's now your 4th day on the road, and you bring it up, and it's like, wow.
That would have been a great idea if I had thought to do that.
And it seems that does it seem one use of the card is not going to bring illness or sickness on everyone, or at least me.
Use your imagination.
Mm,
Parentheses. No, it won't.
gotcha.
But
Zeus
it
is going to be
could.
like,
It could.
but it could. See, that's why Zeus is like, look, I already got scolded once. How I get fucking scolded again?
If the
This is a
party
tough
cared,
spot.
the party would be would go in and elaborate a lot of the stuff from back when they were in AH about how it's just about being responsible about it because it uses your personal energy to do so.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Darius
Sounds
did
about
go
right.
into that a little bit, saying he was completely exhausted after it.
Yeah. I guess Zeus. Yeah, I guess so because we all. I want to share what it does.
Well, then
Um,
figure out what it does, and you'll be able to share it.
Dog. Sorry, I'm just having a hard time thinking of like how Zeus would get in a situation to specifically use the things, or would it just be like?
It feels
I guess
pretty
Zeus-
natural.
Zeus will just he'll be like, let's maybe, we're traveling along here. Maybe it's good in case we get into any scuffles for me to maybe practice using the card.
Zeus,
And yes,
does it feel like it's something that could help you defend yourself?
it feels like not quite in that sense. I don't think. I think it doesn't feel as defensive. It feels more of an active feature, but not necessarily in a way that Rifter has described of like pure power. Or you have described also as some power.
All right. Well, that goes through my plan.
What do you mean your plan?
I was going to stab you.
Oh, Well, that's not good.
Don't do that. That doesn't sound beneficial.
I mean, if it works anything like mine, it would be very beneficial.
That sounds like a mighty risky gamble.
Sure, hence why I asked if it felt defensive.
Maybe.
I wouldn't have used my lance, obviously. That is really dangerous. But
Especially considering the additional enchantments on it.
Hmm. Yes, just in general, I keep it away a lot, but Zeus, don't nick your finger on it. It won't heal at all.
Oh, okay.
For a
well,
while, at least. Like,
I'll keep.
you'll lose a surprising amount of blood from one little prick.
Wait, Darius, you need to not describe yourself that way. You should really be more kind to yourself.
I would say 2 little pricks, then.
Fair enough.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
two
that's
little
helpful.
pricks.
Maybe.
So true.
Zeus I've been using this phrase a lot. Zeus's face expression kind of drops a little bit. Darius, you said that you have all what you got from Cassandra
Hmm?
was all of her knowledge.
Everything that she knows, I know. It's almost as if I remember what she remembers. It's kind of as if I lived it, but not.
I might like to get some information from you, if you wouldn't mind.
I'll try to help, though it hasn't all become clear. If you give me a question, it'll help me focus on it. I should be able to get the information faster, though.
Yes. It's of a personal matter, and I know you're going to make fun of me, but I want to make sure you are as upfront as you need to be with me. He's going to lean over to his ear. Question.
Yes.
Because it's an instinctual thing, would the card start to react to this wanting of truth?
Uh-oh.
If you wanted to.
Okay.
And
I
just
think-
real quick, JC, when I remember when I have it in my mind, it's as she also believes it. So like it's laden with her emotional bias as well, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
It's more suppressed than you would imagine it would be. Maybe that's a result of the transfer of info. Maybe it's a result of just the same sort of ideas that she feels being in the mind of a Yuan Ti just naturally dampens it. There's a few different ways you could imagine it. Like, it's still noticeable, but much like a lot of the other ones, it's less. It is your memory, and it's you're watching a memory, and part of that is feeling the feeling rather than actually just feeling it. Right. Rather than being cold, you feel that you're feeling cold, if that makes any sense. There's a like little bit of a layer of separation.
One step removed, yeah.
Yeah. You got it. Speaking of one step removed, who wants to lose their leg when Zeus activates his card?
I've already lost my eyes. I might as well lose a leg.
So,
Although I could really use a hand.
Zeus is going to, in a very hushed tone, is going to think, I can't believe I'm going to ask you this. And then he ends up like feeling in him this little bit of a spark of the card. And he's going to kind of pull it out and just instinctively like think to use it in the way that you all have kind of like spoken. And a bit of what would be good? I guess like in the same way that his kind of dark flames from his soul knife, if I am able to describe this in a way, kind of rings out from him and then kind of like dissipates and a zone of truth appears exciting. And he's going to go. What? Tis Cassandra. Am I just a pawn? Or how does she view me? That's what he's going to ask, because he's in a sense of crisis about someone he's devoted himself to.
I'm checking. Smiley face.
Smiley face. Just so you know, you will have a harder time using half-truths.
Okay.
And don't
Once
lie.
I get information from JC, then I will.
Yeah, I was finding a way to fill in the bit of time.
So when you first ask it, he's clearly thinking, and then like right after you say it, almost like instinctually, like it doesn't seem like it's him for a second. Just removed. Darling, I could never. What did I just?
Excuse me.
Sorry, No, I don't think you're just a pawn.
That's good.
As he sort of like rubs his head a little bit.
I think you may have inherited more than just memories, if I'm being frank.
It.
This is a very strange. Thank you for being truthful. Did anyone else just notice that ring go out from around? I didn't. I now see a little bit of a glow.
Zeus,
I think you're just seeing things.
Zeus, you should know. You deserve to know.
Yes.
You know why she gave you up, right? It was more than just the frustration of you choosing someone else. When she lost him, there was this hole that I'm sure you're aware of, that you can feel yourself, and all of us are in it together to save Dyer. And she felt like all of you were in it together to save him. And can you imagine how it would feel if one of us chose someone else over saving Dyer?
Zeus is going to kind of look forward and just kind of think.
Because I wasn't there, can I ask for some elaboration, or... No.
It's really up to him. Although it's my memory, it's not mine to share.
Of course you can. I'm thinking of a lot right now. If you would be so kind.
Well, it's weird because most of my understanding of this isn't from me, but when we were in Chibalo and Dyer was taken, he was reaching out, and Zeus my head hurts.
It's alright.
No, he chose to save Dyer over everything he was working for. And it seemed like a betrayal. It's why he was losing his magic. Or at least, I suppose it's not magic. I'm sorry, the perspective on this is really weird. It's hard to word.
I can imagine, since you also lived through it, from your perspective, having two perspectives on the exact same event would be disorienting, to say the least.
In the same way that I consider you all, and at this point you too, Zeus, some level of family or close friend or relative, I think that the trust that Cassandra had put in you puts you on some sort of same level. After all, why would she entrust some of her most beloved to someone she would only see as a pawn?
I guess in crisis I lost my head a little bit. But I mean, how embarrassing for you. You said you enjoy my presence here.
Oh, that was Cassandra speaking, obviously.
Oh, obviously. Wait, is that a lie? Hold on, where is that?
And he sort of like...
Would you mind rephrasing it?
And that was obviously me. I am telling the truth. He's going to step out, like, immediately, like, try and walk away from the zone of truth.
Well, this is very fun. Zeus is just going to start following Darius. Would you mind just going more? I mean, what are the parts of me that you actually respect? I mean...
You constantly frustrate me with how similar you are. I'm not answering your question right now, but I used to hate you because I hate myself, and you remind me of me. Why am I continuing?
Anyone else want to step up to be humiliated? Rifter, come over here.
He walks over. Yeah.
This is the most I've wanted to kill you ever.
You are on the border of the zone of truth. I don't know if that's true.
He steps in. It's true. And then he steps out.
Interesting. Rifter, have you stolen anything from me?
Don't steal from the crew.
Well, that was a very serious answer. I want to be something.
Serious accusation. Any good thief worth his salt does not steal from his own crew. Behavior like that is what gets you gutted.
Zeus, have you stolen from us? You seem to also be in that zone of truth.
Have I stolen? Wait, am I affected? Oh, fuck, I probably am. What have I stolen from the group? Let's see.
Even if you'd returned it for a period of time, you stole the potion.
Yeah, I did. I was thinking that's definitely the case. Is this... he would just say, yeah, yes? Fuck. What? Wait, you know that, though.
What did you steal? I don't remember. I thought that was going to be an instant no. I have accounting on everything. Nothing's missing.
Oh, well, I believe I put it back. It was, I mean, were you not, I guess, curious that with the vials originally, how I happened to know a bit of...
Oh, alright. That's hardly... Okay. You worried me there for a moment. I thought that my accounting fell through.
Yes, and Rifter, I'm so sorry as to insult you in any way. I guess my imagination is maybe for fun and for trickery, to then return later, type of stealing.
I mean, yeah, you could always nick something for funsies, but, you know, it's just bad manners. It's bad decorum.
Fair enough. I shall keep that in mind. Thank you for the new perspective. I will take it into consideration. I will not take it into consideration.
Do keep in mind...
Not unreasonable.
Zeus, just so that you're aware.
Yes.
I don't know how yours works, but most of these types of spells only work on what the person believes is true, not what is absolute truth. So, Rifter could fully and well believe that something he's done is not stealing, but through your eyes it could be.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I know what stealing is, but yeah, he's just right on that.
Sure, but for
Truth
example, when you
is-
took money out of Lorik's pocket so that he couldn't pay for things, you wouldn't consider that stealing because you gave it back to him later and it was to prevent him from using it.
I guess that's
That
true.
was where my money went that one time.
Rifter, what's your most embarrassing kill?
My most embarrassing kill. Oh! Oh my goodness. So, there I was. I'll tell you the way he told it. There Rifter was, trying to, stab a guard, get to the money. Classic. Very easy, very simple job. Mate's doing his first job ever. And I'm proud of this little bloke. He sneaks up to him, got the right precision, got the knife up and ready, and what does he do? He trips on him and stabs him in the neck! Completely by accident! It all worked out!
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
He was 15 at the time. Very early in his career.
That's quite a good story. I don't know how long this thing lasts, but this seemed to be very useful. I can feel there might be more to this in the future, but this is very good.
Alright.
Well, we found more out about it, so.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Lorcus is saying he'll step in.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Lork. Just one moment. He's gonna turn Sternhoff. Can you come here for a second?
Sure.
He does not sound
Then
happy.
he's going to say, I'm so sorry. How old are you?
Hold him down! Hold him down!
Hold it down!
Do I have to give a precise answer?
Technically, you don't have to answer at all. That's one of the shortcomings of this sort of magic.
That was an out of character question, but
Oh,
So here's the thing. You can't lie, and with this specific version, you would have a very hard time attempting to do a half-truth. You either need to say nothing at all, or you need to say something that's very close to the truth.
out of character, am I the oldest in the party?
easily.
Okay.
Unless somebody's secretly like an elf who's living a very long time.
I mean, Darius is anywhere in between his late 30s to his early 50s, depending on like how
God
the
damn.
timeline lines up.
This man's just a fucking forever twink.
I mean, yep, that is how it works.
Damn.
Theo on T-bait.
Damn, what's his
It wouldn't-
skincare?
It wouldn't work very well if they got old and looked old, unless they have to look old.
This is true.
So back into the game.
Oh, yeah.
How old am I? I guess old enough to be some of you guys' father.
Definitely for me.
So then you would be anywhere between 65, assuming me, 65 and 80 something.
If that was directed to imply that I'm around 80, then that would be incorrect. I'm not that old.
Oh, no, I said anywhere between 60 something and 80 something. You're a human, right? You look
Yes.
like you're 64.
I'm gonna guess 69.
That's a good number. Well, gotten some interesting information today.
I'm sure we can test more about it later, right?
Certainly.
But for now, we're gonna move one more step, see if there's an interesting random encounter, and if not, we'll call the session.
And if not, your mother.
Who will be the luck be a traveler? Who will roll the D100?
I've already left roll 20, so
I will do it.
I'll do it.
Somebody do it.
Everyone
Whoever does it first.
20.
Wow.
20. Fuck.
He rolled a
20 on
natural
100.
20.
He rolled a natural 20 on 100. Wow. That is in
Whoa.
fact a setup. I will have it ready next session. It will be our opening scene.
Awesome.
Awesome.
To set the scene preliminarily, just to get y'all a little bit more in the mood and get your minds racing. As you're traveling through in this area, a lot of the nearby situation is a lot more steps. It's still grassy. It's not like we're desert or anything like that. But the nearby area is almost all shrubbery. It's very simple rolling hills. It's occasional bits of thick forest where it's very much pine trees and isolated trees that don't much interlap. Out on the horizon, there is a canopy that's starting to arise where it is nothing but heavy jungle. There's vines draping down from it. There's there's different ground nearby. The shrubberies are shorter. The trees have more palm-like. Some of them are reaching out much higher. It's a very bizarre situation to see at this altitude. Normally you'd expect that to see that much more to the south.
Sort of reminds me of the floor we were on.
maybe that was around here.
I doubt it. This is, I don't know.
Either way, it is something to choose to be investigated or ignored next session.
So true.
And I am glad that we did this, and I'm glad that we're starting to have a few more inter-lore moments pop up between characters. And with that, unless somebody has any objections, I'm going to call the stream.
All right.
We good.
Awesome.
All right, well, thank you all for playing, and thank you all for watching. Adios.
Dope.
Peace.